That was the first major final between the sisters. Venus at the US Open. The last slam final that they played was 2009 at Wimbledon. That time, Serena prevailed. Time and again, they have played against each other on the world's biggest stages, but they've been partners also, as well as sisters. 13 Grand Slam doubles titles between them.
Tennis Anyone, it's a family affair at the Family Circle Cup semifinals with the Williams sisters facing off for the first time since the 2009 WTA Tour Championship, and Serena with a nice running cross-court forehand winner. Take another look. Serena on that green clay there with the tough angle has no chance of getting to it. Venus does. Serena would break to go up 2-love. Later in the first, Serena hits the cross-court backhand winner, just stays in bounds. Serena would break Venus again. Second set, Serena gets Venus to charge the net and hits the drop shot past her, and Serena in control throughout. She advances in straight sets, 6-1, 6-2, and improves to 14-10 in head-to-head series against her sister.
So long, even though it's pretty devastating display from the world's #1 away from Venus as she leaves the court, and Serena has joined us. Sort of bittersweet. I mean, nice win, but sort of bittersweet beating your sister.
No, I don't think so at all. I feel like Venus did a great job. I mean, she played 2 matches yesterday, which she was able to win both, and she had 3-set match. So I think overall she had a really good result, and she's just getting, physically, I think she's getting better and better. So it's just a matter of time before she'll be competing at top level.
It's been 4 years since you guys have played against one another. So much has happened to you both. Did you ever think for a while during the 4 years that you might not play again?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought about that, and I have a documentary out right now, and you can see everything that I went through and like all the hard times that not only myself but Venus, we all went through. And yeah, I was moments I thought I would never play tennis again, let alone be #1.
I've actually already downloaded it on my iPad. I'm going to watch it on the flight back to LA tomorrow, called Venus and Serena. What do you guys talk a lot about the low points that you had and you've survived together?
We don't really talk about the low points. What we do is just talk about how fortunate we are. We're like, man, you know, we could have done this or we could have done that, and we almost kind of laugh about it. We just always try to keep such a positive attitude.
So we talk about a couple of years ago and those trials and tribulations, but you're both 30-something players right now, and you, Serena, are, if you're not better than ever, you're pretty darn close to better than ever.
Yeah.
Why the longevity?
I don't know. I haven't played a lot in my career. I just play, you know, spaced out, and had a few injuries that took me out for like 8 to 12 months, which actually even made my career longer. And honestly, I'm so inspired by Venus. I feel like everything that she's going through with her disease and still being able to play professional tennis, she's top 15 or top 20 right now, and I feel like I don't have those problems, so why am I not winning? I'm healthy, I'm young, I should be winning, and that's how I look at it every match that I play.
From our standpoint, you sure are young. I'll tell you, early 30s is really the new 25 in tennis. But we've been watching your unforced errors, or actually not watching unforced errors, not just this tournament, but really the last in your comeback.
Yeah.
How and why have you been able to contain that number that for a while in your career could sometimes be a big number?
I would win matches barely because I would have like 50 unforced errors, but it was just really crazy and for me unacceptable. I don't know, when I started coming back, I just became more calm on the court, and I don't make as many errors, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's the fact that maybe I'm not going for as much so often, or I don't know.
More spin?
More spin, maybe. More.
Serena, I had a chat with the folks at Wilson, unrelated subject, and your name came up.
Yeah.
And we talked about you and how great you did after Miami last year. You've lost 6 matches since then, or 4 matches since then, 6 matches since the start of 2012. Anyway, they said that you may or may not know, and I don't know how involved you get in these technical things, but that you started to use a new string.
Yeah.
Because it looks to me like you've got a lot more control of the ball than you did 2 years ago. Could that be one of the answers?
You know, Wilson's been great my whole career. My first racket when I was like 3 was a Wilson, so but it's been great. We decided to do some changes. I had a talk with some of the technical people there.
How long ago?
It was in Miami last year, and I was like, you know, I want to do a little bit more. And to be honest, I was kind of copying Roger. And
person to copy.
Exactly. So I was like, what is he doing? Maybe I should do that a little bit. But I did something a little different than him that I believe, and it helped me. I mean, it doesn't help everyone per se, because I know a lot of other people that use it, but for me, in my game, it helped me.
Are we talking just strings? Or?
Just string, but I actually had a conversation with the people at Wilson. I'm like, well, let's do a new racket. I want to do more power, you know, more control. And they're like, well, you can't have both. I'm like, well, you guys can do everything, so let's do it.
But it's funny you bring up Roger, because I look at you and Roger in your 30s. Tactically, I feel like you are more thoughtful. You both are thinking about the whole game and how to stay at the top. Have you ever had a conversation with him about being in your 30s and at the top?
Actually, no, I haven't. I would love to. Maybe we can chat at one of these mini tournaments in the future that we're playing together. But, you know, it'll be interesting to see his perspective. I know I have my perspective, but he's obviously a tennis great, and I look up to him, and maybe he might look up to me. I don't know, but we'll see.
Serena, you were the one who brought up the fact that you're a little calmer on the court now. I mean, and that seems to have sort of coincided with your troubles a couple of years ago, but you are much more contained. You're much easier. You don't do this walkabout thing. You're not squawking and squealing anymore. You just get the job done. You get mad sometimes for a short period.
At times. Yesterday I cracked a racket. So I'm still Serena. Like, I'll never change who I am. I'm really like passionate. I get angry. I get frustrated, but not as much. And I think for me, as long as I can do that, but then I can bring it back. Like in Miami, I was too relaxed, and then I had to get pumped up, and I need that energy. But then as long as I know how to bring it back and not take it too far U.S. Open style, then I can, you know, kind of keep calm.
Finally, you're number 1 in the world. Everybody expects you to win every match that you play now. I mean, just a fact. I'm not blowing smoke at you, Serena. And does that in and of itself add a little bit of pressure to you, or did you say bring it on?
It definitely can add pressure. I don't allow it to, but even when I'm not number 1, like, people still expect me to win. Like, when I first started my comeback, I made it to the final of the Open, and everyone expected me to win. I'm like, I'm not even the favorite on paper or anything, but so I've been dealing with that pressure for a long time in my career, and I embrace it.
And before we let you go, when you first came up on the set, I have the notes for the next semifinal, Yankovic against Vogelé, and you were like, do you know how she's playing? Meaning Vogelé.
Yeah.
And I just love that you've done your semifinal, and you're already starting to switch over to play the final. What will you try and find out about, and will you watch the match?
I probably won't watch the match, but I will definitely have people watch it for me.
Sasha?
Yes, Sasha will probably watch the match, and Patrick, and maybe my dad. And we'll see how it goes. You know, she's young. Yankovic is playing well, so it'll be a good match. It's not going to be easy, and I never think things are going to be.
Well done, Serena. Well done, thank you. And good luck in the championship match. Serena Williams, everybody. 1 o'clock tomorrow Eastern Time, live coverage of the championship match. Serena Williams will be in action.